Hi, I'm Stephen Hand from Archery Supplies. Today we want to look at the new Shootdown from PSE for 2018. This bow is new into my store as of yesterday, and it's the only bow I have in stock of this colour. So all the rest are coming. This is just the first sort of demo, and literally I've only ever seen in the world a couple of these bows, so I'm really excited to have it. Now it's a 37-inch axle bow. It's got a 7-inch brace height and a speed of about 330 feet per second. It's got the Evolve cam system, which is the same cam system that's featured on the Perform and Perform 3D. So it has a twin yoke here, which pulls off the cam system here. So it's a twin cam. It's a full rotating module, same as the Evolve. So you just move this when you want to change your draw length. Now when you want to change your let off, all you do is you just move this little screw here, and it basically moves this stop forward, so it basically reduces your draw length a smidge. Now you can also change the let off on this bow by changing the module from a high let off bow, which is an 80 to 90% let off bow, to a 75 to 65% module. That costs extra, they're about $120. Now what's new about the Shootdown? This bow basically, I'm going to say, replaces the Supra as their non-cutaway, when I say non-cutaway, non-shoot-through target bow. Now the Supra is still in the lineup for 2018, but I think this bow replaces it. It's about $200 more. And there is more work. There's more work in this system. It's got the Evolve cam system, which you could argue is better than the Supra. The bow's a little bit heavier than the Supra. So I want to just run through some features of this bow. You have your multiple sight pin positions here. It comes in a whole heap of colors. This is the purple. And the purple looks pretty good. The anodizing is pretty clean. There is marks. When I say marks, you can see the machining lines there, and you can see machining lines, oh heck, somewhere else. I think in here. Just in there you can see the machining lines. But besides that, it's pretty smooth all around. You've got the standard machine limb pockets, which can move left to right. And they also lock these limbs in place through a little wedge system in there. The little wedge lock system is there. So what that wedge does is it pushes the limbs against this pockets, and the limbs can't physically move. PSE are using a roller cable slide for 2018, which is the same as they used for 2017. And you may find you get wear on your cables in this position, and you're best to serve the cables around here where the cables slide. I haven't, but it'd be something I would look at. PSE have upgraded their cable guard. So this is, hopefully going to be able to show it. It's machined out in the middle here, so it's thinner there to create the flex. It's adjustable up or down, and I was talking, one of my viewers, one of my friends on Facebook, said he actually moved his in a little bit. It's a pretty nice looking bow. Now I haven't actually shot this bow, but I have shot the Perform 3D, and so I want to compare this to the Perform 3D, and I want to talk about the Perform 3D. So this is the Perform 3D I've been shooting. Now I've shot it about 3 times. I did a review on it, which you'll see, and I shot pretty well. And I shot it last weekend at a qualifying event. It gives you a national ranking and it qualifies you for the Australian team. Now this bow is 50 pounds. I shoot 60 pounds, and I shot 60-pound arrows. So the arrows weren't correct, and that sounds like I'm making excuses. But I just wanted to give this bow a try to compare it with the Expression of 2017. Now the 3D has got a 6.5-inch brace height. It's a little bit faster than the Shootdown and 1 inch shorter. And it was always questionable to me how I would shoot with the 3D and also at 50 pounds. So when I look at this bow, to me the 7-inch brace height over the 6.5 maybe a little bit more forgiving. That's the theory of a bigger brace height, make the bow easier to shoot. Slightly longer axle, so theoretically easier to shoot, but the same cam system, so the bow's going to feel the same to shoot. Now, I'm not talking about vibration yet because I haven't shot this bow, but I can talk about the Perform. Now, the Perform had very little vibration, and to me, it was extremely easy to shoot. So at 50 meters on an 80 centimeter face, which is the world ranking thing that you see on TV people shoot, I shot a 60, so a clean end of 60. I shot a 59, a 58, but my grouping was amazing. And even when I shot 9s, my arrows were all touching. And some people go, well, that's the archer or thing. Actually, I haven't been shooting compound a lot. I've been shooting a lot of recurve. But to me, it feels like I shoot better with the Perform 3D than my old Expression. But I think the bow's a little bit more twitchier than the Expression, if that makes any sense at all. So I'd go one end and I'd shoot all 60. And the next end I shot 5 in the 10 and then 1 in the 8. And it was high, and that high one I put a little bit of pressure on my hand where I was shooting, and that caused the bow to kick up. Now, I didn't seem to get that with the Expression for 2017. I didn't seem to get the tight grouping I get with this bow. This bow, like, you point in the middle, it just goes in the middle. But I find with the high let off, I find it's a little bit more twitchy, and when I say twitchy, like, it's more stable to aim. But if I do something like I change the pressure point, because the high let off, I find I get when I say a bad shot, it goes out of the 10. So overall, the score I shot on the weekend with the 50-pound bow, which I've only shot 3 times, twice on the video, the score I shot was an Australian qualifying, so it qualified me for the World Championship. It wasn't as high as I would have liked, but I was happy with it. It ranked me 4th in the state, and pretty close to the other guys ahead of me. So was I happy with that score? Now, I've got more score in me than that, and this bow, if I went out and shot again, I would shoot a higher score, which would make me more world competitive. And I'm not talking about me, I'm talking about the bow when I say this. So when I look at the 3D, I really like the way it shot, the way it felt. I would prefer to shoot it with the low let-off modules, which I do have now, which I'm going to try. So when I look at the Shootdown, and this bow in my hand, and I look at the Perform, I think this bow is going to shoot really, really well without shooting it, because it's got the Evolve Cam system, which is going to be easy. It's going to bigger brace height, it's fast. So the things we want to look at now is really the vibration of this bow. And the other thing as a consumer, what you have to look at is if this is going to be a shooter, and I'm going to say it is going to be a shooter without even shooting it, because the Supra last year was a nice bow to shoot. And to me, it was very questionable whether you pay the extra for the Expression over the Supra, because it's basically the same platform without the shoot-through riser. Now, this bow is in Australia $1,600. The Perform's around $2,100, I think. So this bow's about $400 cheaper. And for me, as an archer, you've got to say, what's $400? Is it a lot or isn't it much? And that's the choice you're going to make. The limbs are the same on all the PSEs. The limb pockets are the same. The only difference is this shoot-through riser. Whether you want a shoot-through riser, and the advantage of a shoot-through riser is meant to be stronger. This design of this riser is meant to be more rigid. So theoretically, the strength of this should be similar to the Perform. Now, the question for me is a 40-inch bow versus a 37-inch, and that's why I chose the Expression for 2017 over the Supra. But all in all, I found the bow easy to shoot. Now, I want to just touch on some things I just mentioned. So this is the cable. These are the cables here. Now you can see that they haven't been they haven't been served. You can see it goes from there, the travel is from there to there, and from there to there. Now the cables look like they've been shot. They are under a little bit of pressure through where they go there, but to me there's no sign of wear on the cables, so I don't know about serving. And that's, yeah, look, there's not a lot of shots through this bow, but let's say I've shot on the weekend, I shot 100 and something arrows, so this bow's probably had 300 arrows through it, maybe 400 arrows through it, and you can see where the cable's been shot. Now if I'd served those, you wouldn't have been able to see that. The string has no signs of being shot, so the only sign this bow has been shot is through those cables, through the cable slide. So that gets back to the serving, whether you want to serve it or not. So back to the Shootdown, I think the colours are great. Price point, it's a little bit more expensive than the Supro, $200 more, but there is more work in the riser, and it's got the Evolve cam system, so that's up to you. But I am going to put this bow together if it doesn't sell today. If it sells today, then I won't be putting it together, but if it sells today, that it's sold, I have to wait for the next ones to come in. Otherwise I will be putting this one together, shooting it and doing a review on it. So I'm Stephen Hand from Archery Supplies. Thank you for watching. Bye.